It should be. Yeah, that's why you're good. Alright. Everything's good?
Yes. Teachers, please make sure that you have the announcement for your Monday wrap.
Split.
Monday wrap teacher.
Four.
I was just gonna
Have any
move
questions
the things.
or have any technology issues?
Got me on split screen?
Yeah.
Cool, and then you got the website, so you're gonna monkey with the website, like kinda as I go. Go to, you saw it, right? So like there's a scheduling part?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, guys, have a good one. Crush it, Mr. Arkenberg. You got this.
All right. Good morning, Ryle High School students and faculty. Today we're going to discuss a little bit of scheduling, and we're going to kind of do a split screen with the Ryle High School website. One of the cool things this year is we have transitioned over a lot of our scheduling materials right there handy, ready to use for students, and you can get a lot of information right off the scheduling prompt on the website. So we should have that pulled up in split screen. First thing I want to do is just kind of go over the scheduling directions and timeline. So that is a yellow sheet of paper that the teachers and the students have received in their packet from the guidance office. So everybody, let's take a moment and look at that scheduling timeline, because it's going to help guide us through this process as you go in and select your courses for next school year. If you remember back on the 21st on Monday Wrap last week, we went through and we passed out your transcripts and we had some credit check sheets, and those went over the basic graduation requirements and where you are currently, so you could review your transcripts to make sure credits were posted and all of those types of important things. So just as a rule, remember, general graduation requirements, and you can look at this in the course description guide. Basically, students have to have 4 credits in English. They must have 4 credits in math. They must have 3 credits in social studies, 3 credits in science. They must have a half of a credit in health and a half a credit in PE. And they must have a fine arts required credit. And those are outlined on those course check sheets, and they show you and give you options. For example, if you look on fine arts, you would have been able to see that third year foreign language, AP European history, art, band, choir, all of those things, HAVPA, all of those take up that and satisfy that for fine arts requirement. The unique thing about it is that also, if you want to do the pre-college curriculum, you add in the 2 years of the foreign language, and we recommend for your third science you take at least chemistry. So those are the 2 differences in the graduation requirements. So you went through and you logged in the IC portal and you've been checking that out. So today there's some important things we want to go through, and like I said, the first thing is this yellow sheet in today's planner, and it kind of breaks down everything that you'll need to do in this process, okay? So today you should receive in the packet a couple different things as well. One of the things is that you'll have a green course checklist, and it gives you the elective course numbers. The cool part about this sheet is it is also posted on the scheduling website, online on the Ryle High School webpage. So it has the course electives, has the grade levels, and then you can go into the course description guide and look at the prerequisites for each of the courses if it's something that interests you. So that's something that you can do and do a little research on your own here in just a little bit once we wrap up our meeting today. So that's one thing. Also, you may have had or you will have a conversation with your core subjects teachers, that's English, Math, Science, and Social Studies teachers, about what course they're going to recommend for you next school year. So that's a good conversation to have. So if you're in math and you're in Algebra 1 right now, you're going to talk to your math teacher and say, hey, next year, should I take geometry? Should I take geometry honors? Where am I at? What do you think I should do? And so that teacher will then be able to recommend you for the next level course. So on and so forth for each grade level and for each class that you're in as far as core subjects. Students will also have the open choices to use the student portal and select their elective courses, and I'll talk about that in a minute. All right. Also in the packet, you should have some copies of this pink form. This is a credit or challenge form. If a teacher recommends a course for you as a student and you feel that you want to take a higher level course, or that you think that you don't want to take that higher level course, This is something that needs to be completed by the student and signed off by your parent in order to recommend you and get you in the correct course. And you can read the guidelines on this sheet in order to make that happen. All right, so that's something else that's in the packet that students and the teachers will receive in the scheduling packet. So another important housekeeping date on scheduling, all right? So if you look at the yellow sheet again, February 3rd through 9th, the student portal will be open. So students will then log into their portal and they will put in their electives. So what you want to do is, obviously your classes are going to have 6 classes, your core subjects that are required, 2 electives, and then we would ask that you give us at least 4 alternate courses. Those are courses that you would be willing to take in case you didn't get your first 2 choices. So oftentimes we try to make that happen, but it's important that you select alternate courses because, to be honest, you don't want me or your guidance counselor making that decision for you, okay? So give us some choices so we can help get you a rounded out schedule as best we can. So make sure if you're having issues logging into your portal, you need to stop in the Media Center and get some help there, okay? And remember, you'll use the green sheet with the course numbers here for your elective courses. And remember that green sheet is also listed on the scheduling website. So you'll use that when you do that. You should have also received on the 21st a blue handout that will help you if you're struggling to find and select your course requests. So this sheet, it has the directions in blue of the course request and how you're going to select those courses. Some of you may be asking yourself, what is it that I want to take? What kind of courses are good for me? What is it that I'm interested in? One of the things to do is look at the course offerings, and if you know a teacher in that subject area, stop in and have a conversation with them about what that course is like. If someone says, hey, you know, I'm interested in this AP class. Well, you know that this certain teacher teaches AP, ask them what the course is like. You have a little time to do some research and homework on some of the courses that will best fit you. So always having a conversation with your classroom teacher is important. You can talk to your RAP teacher. Also, you can stop in and see your guidance counselor as well. So as we go through that portal piece, it's important for you to look at and see what electives you want to take. Also, you've got the credit sheet. If there's a class you do not want to take that you're recommended for, you'll use the pink sheet. And remember that in that February period, I lost my dates, train of thought there, on February 3rd through 9th, we will have some Monday wraps for you to work on and make those decisions. So February 3rd, 5th, and 7th, we'll have Monday wraps and time to ask your RAP teacher questions about scheduling your courses and enter your request in the student portal. So you'll have certain days coming up here in February, actually next week, in order to do that, okay? Important note, mark it on your calendar. The student portal will close on Sunday, February 9th at midnight. So the absolute deadline is February 9th. You have to have your student course requests in by February 9th, okay? Because then on February 10th, we're going to send back to you in RAP your course request. What are you signed up for? And it'll come in on a pink sheet. And so you'll have to go through that process, and we'll walk you through that on the 10th, okay? Then we've got some other dates. February 13th and 14th will be organizational time. Those will be Monday wraps. Students will be in there, and you'll get scheduled and get ready for advisory day on February 17th. I'll get those, yeah. So February 17th will be advisory day. And so that's the day where you and your parents come in, meet with your RAP teacher, and finalize your course request for next school year. So you'll meet with your RAP teacher prior to that, schedule a time, and get set up to come in during that day. And then in March 9th through 16th, we'll send you, again, the final course requests in white. So final date to make any changes to course requests will be March 16th. So you can mark that down on your calendar. So this yellow calendar sheet and timeline will guide you through this process. Now, if the guys will help me, there's some other important stuff I want to show you on the website. because a lot of students will have questions. One of the first is like, there's a lot of applications. So if you scroll down to the application part and course applications, there are some opportunities there for students, and I just want you to see these. If a student is interested in attending the Home Builders program or the Boone County Area Technical Center, or what we call vocational school, there's an application process there, and those applications close on the 30th. So just be mindful, these course applications, if you want them, they close on the 30th. There are other course applications there too. If you want to be an office aide, if you're going to be a senior next year and want to do that, if you're a senior and want to do peer tutoring or peer art tutoring or peer tutoring 2 or gross motor development, all of those applications are contained in that spot. You have to do them electronically. And all of those programs are listed there, okay? So that's an important part. So I want you to see those and how that application process works. You must fill those out. If you want to do bookstore, there's an application process in that you need to complete. So those are some specialty classes, and that's where they're located, is in the course applications part. So make sure that you see that on the website and you log in and do that. That can be done electronically from here at home or anywhere. So that's an important part. So remember, those course applications are due by the 30th here. Also, in the course scheduling, students will have a lot of questions about dual enrollment and early college. Now, these are two important things, and you'll see on the scheduling sheet on the screen that dual enrollment and early college are two different programs. They function the same. They're students taking college classes. Early college is a program that's ran through the Boone County School District. It's very specific in what it does. We have bus transportation that provided for students to get back and forth. So the classes are taught at Gateway Community Technical College right off Mount Zion, and students are there in college classes with other Boone County high school students. If that sounds like an interesting program for you, then what you need to do is have a quick conversation with Dr. Warford, who is our college and career coach, and she's located in the office in the library. So she helps coordinate and run the early college program. So again, that's for juniors and seniors. Students, in order to either do early college or dual enrollment, you must meet the qualification standards. You must meet ACT benchmarks, and you must have the high school GPA required to enroll in the program. If you don't meet those, we can't allow you. Students are not going to be permitted to be admitted into those programs, because basically you will be a college student and a high school student at the same time. Now, dual enrollment is another program that operates differently than early college. Dual enrollment is where the student provides their own transportation. They will schedule and register for their classes at the university itself, either through Thomas More, Gateway, or NKU. And students are responsible for everything that they do in that college admissions process. So basically, you're a college student and a high school student at the same time, and you're responsible for making sure that those you handle responsibilities in each part. Okay? So those are just the differences between early college and dual enrollment. They both function the same way, and you get credit for the college classes. So it's important to think that through. On the website, you'll see dual enrollment early college, and there's some things and information there that you can kind of review and talk to with your parents. And then there's even everything you need to know about dual enrollment process and the scheduling forms. So you'll have to click on that dual enrollment form and early college both. They're the same form where you would complete an application process. And what's good about dual enrollment early college is you have time, because March 2nd is the deadline to apply for early college or dual enrollment. Now, for sophomores, current sophomores right now, the deadline, you have to be registered for the ACT by the February date. We cannot accept any ACTs after that because the enrollment process won't work. So if you don't have the ACT standards or you haven't taken the ACT, we will not be able to get you in the early college or dual enrollment after the February date. Current juniors, we will give it to the March date here at school. So juniors, all juniors will take the March date here at school. We can use those results and look at the early college or dual enrollment process for you going into your senior year. So that's the process. And again, I can't emphasize enough, You must meet benchmarks and you must meet the GPA requirement. And those are listed on that application process under early college dual enrollment. And you'll see there's a bunch of check boxes and there's all of the information in the process, because you'll have to go in and submit applications to the early college or dual enrollment programs. For example, if you do dual enrollment through NKU, it's called SBS, School-Based Scholars. You have to go in and submit all of that paperwork to get admitted into the School-Based Scholars program. So again, early college dual enrollment, I know there's a lot of questions about that. Refer to that website and check that out, because it'll give you a lot of information on there, okay? And so, again, you can look and see if you're interested about a course. The course description guide is on the website, and there are a lot of other important information things that are on there. So currently, we'll take some time here. Let's look through this process. Students can go through, if you have access to technology, Chromebooks, you can get on that website and start playing around with the scheduling portion for the next school year. Again, you've got your forms. You want to go through and look at those. Students, you want to talk to your core teachers. Make sure you're getting recommended for the proper core courses for next school year. And last but not least, remember graduation requirements. Remember to take some time and think this process through. What is it you want to do? And remember, some students want to follow a career pathway. What career pathways or options do you have? Those are all kind of laid out in those course description guides as well. So just take a few minutes. Let's review some things. And again, ask teachers about certain classes and things that you might have interest in. One final thing is that right now the guidance counselors, we're not in the office. We can't see students right now during this wrap time. It's more for planning and coordination. We'll be able to see some students after, once we get into first period, because we have the senior assembly and we have other things going on at this time. So don't send any students to the guidance office until after the wrap period is over. Take this time to organize, put some thought into it, and let's make it a great day. All right, finished.